Alrighty-o. Alright, lads. It's time for a stream. Okay, first. You are indeed first. First in both YouTube, Twitch. I mean, Twitch, there's rarely anyone ever there anyway. But yeah. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here for mining, as usual. Here from Schultz server, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. It is time for another mining stream. What am I going to talk about in this mining stream? God knows. God knows what I'll talk about in this mining stream. Why is Arval saying, This does not inspire confidence. What's the for, man? You like these streams? You like to listen while mining? That's good. That's good. I mean, one of the things I wanted to talk about this stream was like, a nice thing that I'm having where it's like a little bit of an increased confidence in feeling like I can do pretty much whatever I want to put my mind to. Because there's some times where it's like, eh, something is just annoyingly difficult and you don't want to, or it's just like hard to get into a thing. And like the way that you are trying to learn how to do a certain thing is just like really hard. And I don't know, I just feel a lot more confident like knowing how to do things. Anyways, is humanity still ahead of the robot slash AI? Are you number one? I am not number one. AI has won. AI is here to kill us all. We are dead. It's over. It's so over. Fishing update? Oh god. Not fishing. Not fishing. I will be where's the thing? I need to do the thing. Game, allow me to do the thing. Stop putting me in the ground. Because I need to do the thing. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. How much of this do I need to buy? Because I know there's something in here that I don't have. No? Okay, I did it all. That's good. But yeah, I've decided to be sensible and not buy every time I go to do the thing. When I contribute to the city project, I've pre-bought a bunch of materials in advance instead of just like, oh, I need to donate to it. Let me buy all of them immediately while I'm there. Anyways, it's just is what it is. Disasters is fun. Is that like the Roblox game where there's like increasing rounds and then there's like natural disasters and then like there was a flooding one or no, there was like a wave one um where you have to like try and get as high up as possible where there's like a wave that comes in and wipes out all the players that don't get high enough. And then there's like other random mobs that appear and you have to like not get attacked by the mobs. I don't know. I played like a Roblox game that did that. And that's what I'm thinking disasters I don't know how hypixels' thing works. They added it to hypixel. I'll be tempted. I will be tempted because I did play that game on Roblox quite a bit a few years ago. I played Survival 303 on Roblox. That was a banging game, you know. That was an absolute banging game. Oh, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, Ava was saying like, "Oh, are you still, or are you losing to AI? Um, are you still number two or number one?" I am losing to AI in taming, probably, because I am fourth in taming, API off, but API on I'm third. So there is someone above me in taming. I am pretty sure, at least. There's someone above me in taming that is API off. So there is that. I'll give you that. And another interesting thing is that we can test this even further when I may or may not be passing Rua in taming XP. We'll see. But if I do, and go from fourth to third, uh, we will see then. We'll see if taming has a secret number 2 in API off. Roblox stream? I don't know about Roblox stream. I haven't played Roblox in a long time. Maybe for a good reason. Or maybe for a bad reason. Maybe Roblox has gotten, like, really good. Or maybe Roblox is more, like, kid-focused, and maybe I shouldn't. Macash stream disasters round would be worried. Do I need to be worried? I mean, I don't think so, but I also don't know. I have no idea um, if there is an API off guy. Well, I mean, I'd know for certain when I become third or second in taming. When I'm third in taming, I think, you know, it's probably a little bit more like confirmed that there's an API off guy as number 2. But I also don't think you need to be worried because you're like twice the amount of taming XP as me. But then you never know what API off guy is doing. Maybe he's gaining like fucking hundreds of millions of taming XP a day. Like, you don't really know. Roblox has become a lot of unfunny 15 to 18-year-olds ever since voice chat got added. They added in voice chat to Roblox? Oh my. I mean, Minecraft with voice chat would be kind of good. Although I imagine 2B2T with voice chat would not be great. But anyway, hello Macash, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Nimrod. I'm doing good. I did a little bit more on my like mod pack sort of thing. Mainly not actually like working on the mod pack itself, more so just the world that I was testing it out in. And so I made like a massive nuclear reactor, and that was quite fun. Hermitcraft as voice chat, yeah, I did see that. I think voice chat is, I think that works really well for a Minecraft server. Like if you have it to be a sort of realistic situation where, you know, the proximity to where you are in the world with each other. Like if you go up to someone in game, then you'd be able to voice chat with them, and then if you're like on the other side of the world, then you wouldn't be able to voice chat. I think that works well as a system because then you don't have to like. I mean, obviously an optional thing of like, oh yeah, you can turn it on and off type thing, and you can mute yourself. All obvious things, but otherwise, I think it's a good system. Hypixel with voice chat would be awful. Yeah, no, I think a lot of hypixel skyblock is grinding one thing. You don't really want to be talking to people while you're grinding. Like, I wouldn't be going over like if someone's mining here or up there, if someone's mining in my general area, I'm not going to be like, hey, how's the mining going? I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief. I think I'll be yapping to the. See, if they wanted to know what I was talking about, they could just come to stream. It's as simple as that, really. It's as simple as that. It's inevitable robots will take over every skill eventually. It is unfortunate. The only thing we have against it is the hope that Hypixel will do their best to get rid of them. But, you know, it is what it is. We have to just hope that they will do their best in doing that. Without banding? Without banning legit players like, like me and Lucas and Arval, etc. Start cursing out some paired up miners. No, that would be one of the things with proximity chat. Is just like, you motherfucker, get the fuck out of my paired up. Stop mining where I'm mining. You big classic, classic stuff. Although swearing out cheese and jewels would be entertainment. Oh god. Maybe it's a good thing that voice chat isn't a thing. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. There are some mods that are like quite fundamental in that way. I've got three on my voice chat is one of them. Voice chat's like a really it's like one of the annoying things about like vanilla Minecraft development is I feel like they are not willing to add in any features that are like truly revolutionary. I don't, I, even though I personally think vanilla-wise, you know the Better Portals mod where, or the Immersive Portals mod where instead of like standing in a portal block and then, you know, getting teleported into the Nether after a certain amount of time, you have just like a straight fucking you go in and you go into the Nether type thing. I feel like if you know the immersive portals mod, you know what I mean. But like I feel like that's genuinely they should add that to vanilla along with you know performance mods. Technically, performance mods kind of just get added over time. Realistically, you shouldn't need a performance mod. They should just see the things with mods is mods will generally are generally supposed to add features that maybe everyone doesn't want. Like that's probably like the reason or the good reason for not adding every mod is like you don't want to just fill the game with a bunch of stuff that maybe not everyone wants to do. Like maybe that's a good reason for, you know, not adding like every single mod to your game. You know, maybe you don't want Galacticraft, maybe you don't want uh, Tinker's Construct, that sort of thing. Um, but there are just some mods which are genuine direct improvements to the game that should genuinely just be added into the game. Immersive portals, I think Better Horizons, one of those ones where you can have a really big fucking render distance, but it's not loaded in. Like the actual terrain isn't ticking. It's not like being processed at all. It's just visual, and I think that just works really well. I think it's called Better Horizons. I forget what it's called, or Distant Horizons. You get what I mean. That mod, immersive portals, performance mods, and you know, voice chat maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I know that I feel like Mojang would have probably some issues with voice chat. The fact that it's a mod is probably is it might just stay a mod. Here from Schultz server, welcome from Schultz server, Cole. Hearing someone fall out of range when you punch them into the void. No, that'd be brilliant. Oh no, 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 no. Imagine you have a fucking ravine. You punch someone and it's like, this is Sparta. You just punch someone up and you just hear them screaming and it gets fainter and fainter as they drop into the void. Oh my god. Classic. Classic. Absolute best game of the year. Fucking, I don't know if you lot watching have seen my community post that I put on my channel, but stuff like that. So what I put is a really nice technical video by Cubic Meter, showing like a essentially just a TNT. It's like an orbital strike cannon is what they call it, but you can use TNT to launch TNT, of course, you know, TNT cannons. But with that, he has some calculation thing to basically put it anywhere in the world, almost. You know, it's got a massive range. And, you know, he has like different settings for the type of explosion that comes down. It's amazing. It's the stuff that I love about Minecraft. And my thing is like, it, it just, Minecraft is the best game ever made. Full on glazing, I don't care. Minecraft is the best game ever made. It is. It just absolutely is. It's literally the best. But it is definitely a certain type of genre. Like something can be the best, but then it may not be the best at a certain thing. Like I think Minecraft is the best game of all time. But like, it's not the best it's not the best like FPS game, if you get what I mean. Like there are other games. Like if you're more interested in a certain type of game, then Minecraft isn't for you, and it makes sense. But as a game, I think Minecraft is just so good. The This Is Sparta meme is a classic indeed. The classics of our time. Cash, I'm stuck in yo wall. Help. The skyblock gods said I can only get out if the foraging update comes. Well, you're just not getting. Foraging is not coming out. It's not real. The fucking massive copium, by the way, from people that are saying the city project means that foraging is coming out. You're on some hella high dose of copium. It's not happening. It's not happening. A big part of it is the fact that it's not on alpha. The fact that foraging isn't coming out, it's not real. Uh, foraging is not real, I swear. Foraging does not exist. You can't convince. I will only be convinced that foraging exists when it's on alpha. That is my one thing. My one. But yeah, no. In reality, where is it? That community project is what it says on the tin. It's going to be a fishing outpost. It's a fishing update, so most likely I'm not really going to be doing too much of it. I'm going to be doing what I'm, you know, normally doing, uh, which is like sometimes mod pack stuff. I might at the end of stream show off some of the things I've done in my mod pack because I have spent a good amount of time on that, and it's a little bit more to show off. I think it'd be kind of fun to see. But I probably won't dwell too much nor play the mod pack too much on stream. We'll see how things go. But I'm going to be mining all stream as usual. Honestly, some of the Tinker's construct should be an MC. I, it, the thing is, it's so different to regular Minecraft that it makes sense to why Tinker's construct isn't in regular Minecraft. But I think it's one of those mods where it's almost close enough, but it's just too radical for them to consider. I don't think Mojang wants to do anything radical with Minecraft, which somewhat makes sense, but I think they do. They just need to do. The problem with doing something radical is it's good if the radical thing that you do is ultimately good. People like good change, but it's easier if the perception of the change is, controversial. Some people like a thing, some people won't like a thing. So it's very easy to do not much change, and then for the people that consider that change to be bad, then it's not that big of a change. It's fine. It's okay. But if you do a larger change, because some people want a larger change of something, and then some people will say like, no, this is not the way it should be going. But because it's such a large change, people are not gonna, or people are gonna resist it more, is the point. Regardless, I don't know. I can understand why Tinkers wouldn't be in vanilla. But I think Tinkers is like on the edge for me of I would want this in vanilla. It's on the edge. Like certain parts of Tinkers maybe shouldn't be in vanilla. Like EFLN, I don't think should be in vanilla. But like the smeltery and um, the main parts of Tinkers, I think that's on the edge of being like, this would probably be a good idea to add in vanilla. Because it's just kind of cool. Universally somewhat just good in general. Honestly, I wanted better upgrade to furnaces. They kind of did add a little bit of a modded feature in the sense of they added in the blast furnace. So it's a furnace that has a faster smelting speed, but is only for like they added in the smoker for food and the blast furnace for ores. And you can't, funnily enough, you can't put sand in a blast furnace in vanilla Minecraft. Odd, but fair enough. I guess it's strictly only for ores. No, no things that are not ores, not even sand. That is very strange. But anyway, you get what I mean. It's very restrictive. They did add the crafter though. I will give them that. Even though it's still my perception that Mojang are not going to want to be radical with their changes, and I feel like that's partly some of the reasons why they don't want to, or why they won't, do any like massive things to try and increase Minecraft's performance. Like, I mean, sometimes they do. It's just I don't know. As a fishing main, I support this update. Yeah, the community one, because if so, then yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I wonder what this might actually be the first island for specifically fishing, the one in the community hub, and that'll be an interesting sight to see. And actually, somewhat. And hold on, I'm going to move on to this topic because this is a quite interesting thing. A long time ago, talked about an idea for an ocean island, sort of. Well, it's not. I don't think I talked about it a long time ago. I just had the idea a long time ago. And then I talked about it maybe relatively recently. I'm not entirely sure, but basically, it would be an ocean type island. You know, sandy, big ocean in the middle. And then in this ocean, there would be some ocean type content, abyss type content, type of thing, you know, a bit like an ocean monument, and then it would have crimson. Think of like crimson owls, but then like ocean type things. Armor that would maybe increase stats depending on like the depth that you are in the ocean, or you know, features like that, right? And the way that you would get to this island would be from this fishing hut. You would have uh, a classic system where they have the jump pads, and then they would have a jump pad here, and then that jump pad would go to this ocean island. Um, that I feel like is a pretty good, you know, it's a thing that they've sort of done before. It makes sense kind of to have a jump pad from this area here, which I think they might be doing. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it kind of makes sense with this guy here, right? If he's supposed to be with fishing, I haven't really looked too much into this update, so if this guy has nothing to do with the fishing stuff that they're doing in the community hub, then whatever. But if they are, and they do add a fishing island from the fishing place over there, I think it makes sense. It makes full on sense. Like just, you know, like this whole farming area over here, and then there's a jump pad to more farming islands. It would make sense to have a fishing island coming off from that fishing area over there as a fishing quest. It's generally a fishing area in the hub. But we'll see what happens, of course. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the admins are cooking. If they add new trophy fish with the update, I will swear. I will say swear. Oh, I will say swear word. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether because what they could do with the fishing system, because they have trophy fish with like lava. But what they could do is they could add trophy fish to water fishing as well. And maybe, you know, like I said before, in a system where they have lava fishing and water fishing, they could, and they have technically ground fishing. It's not real because the fishing rod you put in the ground and then you get dirt back. It's not really a type of fishing. I mean, it kind of is. The rod is there, but I don't know. I like the avatar of fishing thing, where you can do ground fishing, water fishing, lava fishing, and air fishing. just just the avatar of fishing would be really cool. I would get the avatar rod. I would do that. even though I don't fish at all, really. I'd get the avatar rod because that's a cool reference. Um, but regardless, they could do that. They could do trophy fishing for water stuff. They could add the trophy fishing system to water things, and then maybe that new island could. I mean, that new island could come with a whole bunch of different fishing features. You don't know what they're going to add, but if they add an entire island for fishing, then there could be quite a bit of fishing content coming with it. Um, Hello, Stebuk in Twitch chat. How you doing, man? First in Twitch chat. Just add Subnautica to Skyblock, maybe. Maybe that is what will come about. Because if they have this ocean island, I mean, it probably isn't going to be an ocean island, but if they have just this fishing island from the fishing hub thing, then it could be. They could have Subnautica type aspects. Imagine fish mobs, chat. Oh no, oh wait, perfect. With the foraging island, they're going to be going to 1.20, and obviously 1.20 has like actual fish mobs. Imagine they added that. Imagine they had real fish that you could kill. So instead of like, going with your fishing rod trying to catch fish, you could just bonk them with your Hyperion if you wanted. That'd be interesting. Fishing attributes on water rods would be peak. Like one of the possible water rod attributes I could see is a catch event sea creature more often. They could do that, but don't they want to get rid of the attribute system? Or maybe they want to change it with the foraging update. That could either lead them to not wanting to make any more attributes at all until that system is done, or maybe they don't give a fuck and they're just gonna add more attributes anyway. You never know. But maybe like one of the possible. Yeah, I read that one. New trophy fish would be so good. What are we feeling about the trophy fishing system in general? Because it's not something I've taken part in, of course. I'm not really a fisher at all. Which is somewhat to my detriment because I want to get more sack space for gemstone sacks because I, frequently fill my gemstone sacks and I don't really want to get rid of any of the other sacks in here. I mean, maybe I could sacrifice some sack in here, but most of all these sacks now I kind of want to keep. But the only way I can really get any more sack of sack space is from the clownfish collection, which either means I'm gonna have to take out my ice minions to put fishing minions down, wait for another minion slot to put down a fishing minion to just get clownfish 9, so I can get the sack of sacks upgrade, or just suffer with a small sack for gemstones, which is probably which is what I'm going to do. Pretty good, just bored because I don't know what to do next. That is fair. I mean, in terms of like skyblock for me, if you want like things that I do, I mean, it's sort of perpetual for skyblock for me, because skyblock is like mining, and then mining you just mine continuously. But if you're more of the skyblock player that will like just do the content until the content's completed, then it makes more sense that like you run out of things to do. Because technically, like, you just mine infinitely, but yeah. I don't know. You just need to think of like projects and things. Well, there will be fishing 60 for sure. We will see. We'll see when the update comes out. Maybe my fishing minions will make more than 40k per hypercatalyst with this update. We'll see. I mean, any update they do to fishing, they could change that system. Maybe they change fishing minions in some way, or maybe they change drops that you'll get from fishing to where fishing minions don't produce as valuable output anymore. Oh, actually, I mean, they probably will still, but it just made me think that fishing update, maybe it makes a way for us to get clownfish without having to fish for like 5,000 years or having fishing minions down. Maybe I can get my clownfish maxed out and it'll all be good. Maybe. Maybe there's good signs, chat. What do we I've missed the mine shaft. That's a shame. Maybe there's good signs. Maybe. Collection dupe. Okay, maybe not collection duping. Maybe not that syntax, man. What I really want is more content to water fishing and reworking early game fishing. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it would be good for me because, you know, I'm like fishing 25, but yeah, time to lose my #1 spots. Yeah, tis pain. I mean, you never know. Maybe you don't. Maybe the new fishing update is just, maybe it just doesn't do that. Collection duping. Yeah, I'm not sure what syntax man's on about. Best for coal weight. I hope you're not getting coal weight from that. Hope no one's getting coal weight from that. Some of the rates on certain things are a bit low though. I mean, certainly clownfish. I would not be able to fish enough clownfish to get my sack of sacks going. Or maybe I would. I don't actually fish, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to take a long time. Fishers of chat can tell me if it would take 5,000 years to get my clownfish to maxed out from just fishing. Do I need to put minions down for that, or can I fish that? In context, it is that much clownfish that I need to do. How long would it take to fish that? Or is that just not a thing I should do? What's the best way to get coal weight right now? It's probably doing what I'm doing right now. I feel like it is most likely doing glaciate commissions. The XP per hour is insane. As a professional fisher, I have no idea. That's fair. That is very fair. It's like someone who does like comms all day. People ask me like, "Oh, how much money do you make from comms?" And I'm just like, I have no idea. I'm here for the XP. That's all I'm here for. Um. Oh shit. What was I talking about? Oh fuck. No, I hate when I lose my train of thought. I mean, you can just put a tier 11 fishing minion down here. Will do it on its own. One is enough. Yeah, I just need to wait until I get another minion slot. Because I can't really take up the ice minions I have down right now. So, it's a bit of a pain. Need to wait until we get an update to give us another minion slot. Give him a super compactor and large storage. Yeah. Let's see. There's a bug where if you break a block multiple times, you get extra collection from it. Ah. Do you mean like the way that sometimes you'll break Umber and it comes back immediately? Is that what you're talking about? 'Cause I don't think that's really collection duping. That's just the game bugging out for no reason. It's not like you can do it consistently either. There'll just be times where you break Umber with a pick obelisk, or even just normally break Umber and it will just instantly come back for no reason. And it's not like the game lags out to where you didn't break the block. You did break the block, it's just instantly come back. It's kind of nice, but it's also quite buggy. Very buggy. Alright, gonna look. Adios. See you, Tempest. When I'm water fishing, I see great catch. I actually want to be excited. That is very fair. There are some announcement things to where like they're supposed to be a big deal, and then they don't turn out to be a big deal because of how the meta goes. Like treasure items should actually have half of decent NPC value. Imagine they added like more fishing treasure type things. Because there's a few different ways that fishing has been pushed in. They have the treasure system, which maybe hasn't really turned out well. Like in enchantments wise, they have that enchantment that increases the odds of getting treasure. But then um, the main fishing stat became sea creature chance, and like that is what you wanted from fishing. So basically the opposite of getting treasure, because you're getting a sea creature, not getting treasure. So, but then it all became about sea creature chance, and now uh, a little bit later on they did the fishing speed things, and now the way that they give you fishing stats is either it's going to be sea creature chance or it's going to be fishing speed. Whereas fishing speed is a lot more universal. It'll give you more sea creatures and more treasure. Um, but yeah, sometimes they just want to they just want to give you like a general fishing buff, and you know back when it was just sea creature chance, they just did that through sea creature chance, even though you didn't always want that extra sea creature chance. Maybe they can add 2 double compacted clown and pufferfish. That way my minions don't fill up as quickly. Yeah, it is quite good when you can just save a minion for ages. Especially if you can do it on a 4-month cycle and have hypercatalyst down and collect it every derpy cycle. Because if you can do that with a minion, it's just really good. With ice, you can do that for like years, to be honest. Many, many years if you have like an XXL storage. They aren't too expensive, those, are they? Eh, not too bad. If you had that for 31 minions, though. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do. If you bought instantly for 30... Why am I struggling? No. 31. Thank fucking God. Okay. It's a quarter of a bill. My God. A quarter of a bill for getting every single one of your minions to have the big storages. Syntax, that's how collection works, right? But you are actually mining another block, so I don't think it's a dupe. The new divan equipment might be fishing treasure. Maybe. I mean, that would come with the glaciite fishing update whenever that comes out. This community hub thing, as far as I know, is completely different. I say as far as I know, I'm like, it is a different thing. It's a different update. Seen the unboot glitch too. Yeah. Let's see. If you break a block once and you break a block of the same type again, you get collection again. Yeah. Maybe like a bucket of enchanted pufferfish. Also, some people don't like it, but I think it's good for skills to be interconnected. Like, synergy between fishing and mining is pretty neat. I think, as long as it isn't dependent on one another, like, I wouldn't want to get to a situation where I'd have to get mining 60. Um, sorry, no, fishing 60. God damn it. I wouldn't want to have to get fishing 60 to get something in mining. That's my main thing. I wouldn't want to have to, like, do a shit ton of fishing just so I can get better at mining. That would suck, and I would hate everything. I would be in pain, and it would not be good. Sentence. Sometimes sentences, you know, they don't come out the way that you want them to. It do be like that sometimes, syntax. I like see you good nice at mining and XP I thinkings that you mine good. Thank you, Mackenzie. I do try, sometimes. Still waiting for the primal update. There's a primal update? Oh, do you mean like the dragon thing? Because if you mean the dragon thing, that's just not coming out. That is just non-existent, not real. Deleted update. The forgotten update. What do they call it? Like the forgotten episodes of like missing episodes? I forget what they call it. You know, like that one's there was a thing like ages ago with SpongeBob. It was like a missing episode or something. Ah, whatever. Are you still number one mining XP? I like to think I'm still number one. I just like to imagine that the API off guy doesn't exist, and I'm still number one XP. I mean, if you look on leaderboards, I'm still number one XP, so we can argue that case. I can make that case for myself. Are Jasper mine shafts any good? There are people that mine them, but then there's a lot of people that don't, and I don't know if that's just out of laziness or if they think that Jasper mining is not worth it. They cancelled it because of lag. That is a shame. I mean, if you cancel an entire update because of lag, like surely you couldn't edit the like it would be a pretty big edit probably, but like, just change the update to where it doesn't lag as much. If the dragons themselves are causing an update, oh, not an update. If the dragons themselves are causing a shit ton of lag, then maybe just try and stick to one dragon per boss fight. But if that's like the entire update you wanted to have is just like a shit ton of dragons, and then that was causing too much lag, and therefore the whole update goes and dies, then it's a bit of a shame. I don't know. Do not know. Don't know why they cancelled it truly, other than, yeah, I've heard that as well. Like some people say because they cancelled it because of lag. Mackenzie's like, yeah, buddy. Nimrod Coleman reference. I want to see proper combat progression outside of dungeons, in my opinion. Did they not do a little bit of that with the Crimson Isles? Because they have like attributes and the Crimson set, and I don't know. They have Kuja and Blaze Slayer, and they have some good combat stuff there. You make like 40 mil an hour in Jasper Mineshafts, they're not bad, just really inconsistent. I see, I see. You also need to get Jasper Mineshafts. They're not particular. I mean, they're not common, and they're also not uncommon either. Because servers are going to be more stable after the foraging update because they're going to change to 1.19 at least, and Minecraft change on 1.14 servers are more stable. In my opinion, they should add 3 dungeons that only one type of weapon works. You mean like a dungeon where you can only use melee weapons or something? And then a dungeon where it's like only magic, and then a dungeon where it's only archery, maybe. An only berserker dungeon. An only archer dungeon. You want power stones for anything other than combat? Could have we've got like farming, we got skill gemstones. Unless you mean like a different thing to gemstones. Anyways, I will be right back. I'll be like a few seconds. I'm back. I'm so back. I am very back. It already is need max MP racing helmet and stuff just because of Snail Pet. Yeah. I'm gonna lie, mining power stones should give unique power bonuses that are mining related. Like maybe glaciite shards give 5 cold resistance as a unique stone bonus. Um, yeah, unique power bonuses. Power stones. Not sure what kind of power stones that would be. Imagine you could put more gemstones maybe in the gauntlet. I mean, that wouldn't really make sense. You already have the gems in the gauntlet. Imagine power stones for pristine. The gemstone prices would tank instantly. Wonderful. I think that hypixel should update to 1.13 using the trident would be dope. Don't like the fact where it updates to the latest version since that would cause a lot of performance issues for a lot of people. They are planning to go to 1.20 as far as I know. Are we on 1.21 though? Yeah, we're on 1.21. I do wonder how that goes. Are they just going to update to the latest version whenever it comes out? Because I'm sure the development for the server will be very different. Like maybe it'll be a lot easier to just get it to go to 1.21 once they, update from 1.8. Anyways. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna get like new stuff when the foraging update comes out. Because that's part of the foraging update is the version change as well. Yeah, 1.20 to 21 will be a lot easier than 1.8 to 20. But what I don't know, because I'm pretty sure that in my head I've got them going, oh, we're gonna update to 1.20, and then from that we'll update to every version, as it comes out. That's what I have in my head, but what I don't know is whether they're planning to go to 1.20 and then just stick on 1.20 like they did with 1.8. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that. But also, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that they're doing. I feel like they are probably going to do that thing where they, once they get to 1.20, they're going to update it for every single version. But then if that means they're fundamentally rewriting stuff or certain things as updates come out, then maybe that ends up not being worth it and they end up sticking on to a single version for ages again. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We're going to a later version anyway, which will have much better outcomes. But that's that's just in the future, you know? It's one of those things that is going to be like permanently in the future, I feel. A bit like, hightail, fusion power, space elevators, those types of things. That's where foraging is for me at the moment. And that's where Dungeons was. Back in the day, when Dungeons didn't come out for like months and months on end. That's what Dungeons was. Dungeons was one of those like future things. So future things do happen. But only some of the things. Only some future things happen. Realistically, you just need to get like heavily invested into the knowledge of a certain field to know how it's going to turn out. The problem is you generally don't have the time to put into getting all the knowledge in a certain field to find out whether it's going to actually happen or not. But either way, maybe Precious Pearl Unique Power Stone gives 1.25 gemstone spread per digit in the amount of nucleus runs you've done, capped at 4. So you'd get, what is that, 2.5? So you get 5 gemstone spread for 1,000 nucleus runs. I mean, it'd certainly influence people to do nucleus runs, but is that something I'd want to see? I mean, 5 gemstone spread isn't that bad. It ends up giving us 15 gemstone spread in general. Dungeons came out like a year after release compared to foraging, it came out quickly. Yeah. I feel like foraging has... I mean, not like I know that they've worked on it or haven't worked on it in some parts, but a part of it feels like maybe they haven't worked on it in some, or they haven't worked on it sometimes, and then they have worked on it in other times. But then also from the previous update type post, it sounds like foraging is generally all done. Or, well, I say all done, but like they were talking about how the first island is like pretty much all there, but they're mainly waiting for 1.20 related things. And it would be nice to have another sort of update on how that is going. But yeah. Because, I mean, if it's just the same situation, it kind of makes sense why they wouldn't really say anything. If it's quite literally the exact same position they're in, if they're just in another, or if they're in the same situation where it's just like, oh yeah, we're just still waiting on 1.20. We're still waiting for those features to be ready. Then maybe it makes sense why they wouldn't really update saying, oh yep, it's the same situation. So 1.25 gemstone spread, not 125. You do not have reading comprehension. I did get it right though. I did read it right. I said 5 gemstone spread at max. I did it right. I'm just saying. And only 5% doing 1,000. That's not worth it all. I mean, I would absolutely do 1,000 nucleus runs for 5 gemstone spread. I would absolutely do that. I think Hush Lucas would do that as well. Neither of us mine gemstones a lot outside of comms, or even at all. But comms also have a little bit of gemstones there, so it makes it worth it. That is more worth than divans roll, very likely. 5 gemstone spread is definitely not worth more than a divans roll. 5 gemstone spread is good. It's half of steady hand, but it's, you know, it is good. It's not insane though. A 5% chance to get another gemstone being mined is very good. The 1.20 transition sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, I can imagine, especially considering from the post, they were basically saying they're redoing some like fundamental parts of their code. Maybe not all of their code, but essentially reconstructing their entire shit from the ground up. But then they also have done a good part of it, like they showed off. Well, I say a good part of it. They have done some of it to where they showed it off in the post of showing off some things that they have done. I don't know. Updates are nice. We like to hear updates. Not just have updates, we like to hear updates on future updates. Updating is kind of nice. Please, Hypixel, give us update on update. You never know, they may be working on it as well. They might be working on a post about the state of the 1.20 things, or foraging in general. You never know. They generally like to include information on that after updates to the game, just in general. Divan equipment should give gemstone spread as set bonus, in my opinion. I mean, we do have pristine in mineshafts. Um, Divan equipment, maybe. You know, that could be another thing with each Divan piece giving a separate thing. Maybe the cloak gives gemstone spread. Maybe the belt will give mining fortune, and the hand warmers, the Divan gloves will give like mining speed or something. That's mean, artistic goblin. You can't be doing that. It's me. That's mean. Um, I mean, I feel like 3.75 gemstone spread for only doing 100 nuclear or 100 runs is a bargain. Yeah. I would definitely do 1,000 for 5 gemstone spread. But then again, there isn't much I wouldn't do for more mining stats. Taming is on the edge of stuff that I would do. I'm on the edge of like wanting to do the bookshelf. Because it is another taming wisdom, which means I get slightly more money from more mining XP going to the dragon. It's slightly, I might, maybe it would be worth it. Maybe it'd be a good idea. I don't know. The problem is, though, in the bookshelf, I need to get 6 Chimera books. That's fucked. That's ridiculous. 6 fucking, but that would take ages, man. That would take fucking ages. That would take too long. I'm not doing Diana for that long. That is a little bit much for one mining. For not even if it was mining wisdom, I'd still do it. But it's taming wisdom, so it's still like adjacent enough to where you can buy it 5 out of 6. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, but could I buy it 5 out of 6? But then I thought like, that doesn't they wouldn't allow that, surely. You can just buy one 6 out of 6. Hold on a minute. If you buy one 6 out of 6, can you just right click to gain the bonus? Because apparently it doesn't, what's the word? It doesn't destroy itself anymore, is what I've heard. Imagine you buy a 6 out of 6 one, you claim the bonus, and you resell it. It kind of defeats the point. Um, there are a lot of 6 out of 6 ones. There's a few 5 out of. Is that how that works? Can I just? That's. I feel like it shouldn't work that way, to where you can buy a 6 out of 6 one, right click it to get the bonus, and then just sell it again. But as far as I know, how? Chat, explain. Chat, please. Kind of sounds kind of sounds like autistic goblin with an Aussie accent. No, I am deliberate. I say artistic, not autistic, artistic goblin. I'm trying my best not to fuck up and say that. It gets deleted when you use it, doesn't it? I think they changed it. I remember seeing somewhere where it was saying like, oh no, you keep it now when you get to 6 out of 6. But obviously you can't like just keep right-clicking it and gaining another taming wisdom. Um, Maybe it becomes soulbound, but I don't think that works either. You know what? Maybe I should go on that Duralius video. Was it even Duralius? I can't fucking. You know what? I'm gonna go to the source. I'm gonna go to the patch notes. Maybe it isn't in patch notes though. That might be a bit of an issue. Fuck. Okay, what about the latest update? 21.3 Year of the Seal. It used to reset away when you get 6 out of 6. Now the item gets consumed when you use it. Uh, Hold on a minute. I'm going to look at the thing. They change it in Year of the Seal? Or did they actually add the item in the Year of the Seal? When did they add it? I feel like they added the item in the Year of the Seal. I feel like people don't realize that the only reason that it's artistic is because the other isn't TOS friendly. was actually supposed to be autistic girlfriend. Oh no. Year of the Pig is next week. Is that a thing that you can see in here? They added the year thing to where you get year of the whatever. But when does it show that? When can you see what year it is? Or how can you see what year it is? I can't find the bookshelf thing. I don't really want to go through a bunch of like Duralius videos to try and find which one where he talked about it. CBA. Open calendar. Calendar and events. Ah, I am blind. Event lasts for 5 days. They need to have like... Actually, they do. I was about to say they need to have like more events that last for a month. Like a spooky event that lasts for the entirety of October. Or a winter event that lasts for the entirety of December. Maybe a bit of January. But I think they actually do that now. I think that's just a thing they do. I think they'll do that with Easter this year as well. When is Easter actually? When do we do that? Easter. The 20th of April. Easter Sunday. I see, I see. Was Taming Wisdom fixed? It didn't work when it was released. I do not know. Don't know about that one. You get Taming Wisdom from taming levels. It says gain extra pet XP. And you get XP share? Jesus, taming is a good skill. I'm pretty sure we know that this works, right? I feel like this is definitely a thing that works, like the extra pet XP you get from this. I remember when, what was it? Oh, you get it from Owl. Owl. Passively grants 5 taming wisdom. Hmm. Taming wisdom. The fuck? Oh, that's interesting. Thank you, Quantum. Very cool. Do I get it from anywhere else? So I get it from Quantum, from the Owl pet, and the cookie. Macash W stream. Thank you. Uh, yeah. So you could take out Owl. Look at how much damn. Anyway, you could take out the Owl and look at how much pet XP you get, I guess. Need to reliably gain a certain amount of pet XP there. Maybe you could do it like 1 cobble on your island. You can test taming XP that way. Mythic chocolate accessory only obtainable during April. What? Is this new? Mythic chocolate accessory? Also, I got Sigma. I don't know when I got Sigma. Actually, when do you get Sigma? Is it like a... Oh, that's when you get Sigma. There's a part of me that thought it was like just a rabbit that you get from opening up the eggs. Which I think I did get a mythic one from that. I got Einstein. Yeah. Need more legendary ones, I guess. A tier 7 master mode catacombs completion. That is not happening. Tested it without Owl. Pretty sure it still does nothing. You got 150 taming XP per glaciate broken with and without Owl. It's a shame. Be good if taming XP worked. Be a pretty big boost then. Because then, if taming just doesn't work in general, then in theory you would get the extra 25 from the boost cookie. If they were to get it working, you'd get an extra 32 XP from taming. Or 32% really. 32% fast pet leveling. And then if you have that on top of Diana in a coal, how fast could we level a Greg? It was already quite insane, the amount of Gregs I have. Didn't level them that quickly though. Well, I didn't level them that much. I did level them pretty quickly, just not. I didn't do a lot of mining, I don't think. Taming Wisdom shouldn't affect pet leveling, just taming XP. Ah. So taming Wisdom is just to get taming XP. And it doesn't give you anything other than that. Hello, Sim Chatter in Twitch. It's not about you, but I want to see an upgrade to Shark Scale armor. Give us water armor progression. Yeah. Yeah, because you have Sponge into into shark scale. But then like the next fishing sort of upgrade to that is like the Magma Lord, isn't it? 4.5% sea creature chance. Then you've got like gemstones on top of that. Does anyone have like a good fishing set? Maybe floating sand does. I'll check floating sands. Please tell me PV works. It works. Alright, let's see. Does he have a fishing set? Is the first thing. Does anyone have a fishing set? Okay, that is Magma Lord. Looks pretty good. And you've got a bunch of fishing stuff on it. It's like the upgrade after shark scale. You don't have a direct upgrade thing like farming does. Because farming has crappie into whatever the middle one is into fermenter. Is it crappie into squash into fermenter? Yeah, I think it is that. But farming has that upgrade path. Then mining has like glaciite, I guess, or goblin into maybe yog or sorrow into divan. So I don't think fishing has a relatively different path. But yeah, that is lava sea creature. That isn't really like water. Slug boots, moogma leggings, etc. Yeah, if they had like a better thing than shark scale for water fishing. I mean, you could get that. You could get that with the fishing island. The upcoming island of fishing. And we'll see if the admins do the thing that they usually do and let a bunch of people donate a shit ton to the, where is it? To the community project. So 26%, so it's not doing too bad to be fair, but it is like the first few days when most people will be donating. It'll eventually slow down, probably get to like 50 or 60, and then really slow down. It'll get to like 70 and it'll take ages, and then eventually they just reduce uh, the requirement to actually do it. And then they actually do the update. But we'll see, you never know. Maybe it won't be 50%. Maybe we'll get to like 70% for it to plateau. Or maybe we'll get to 80%. I think there's a certain percentage where it will plateau. And it can't be too high, otherwise people just get motivated again to then just like finish it off. It needs to be just low enough to where people don't get motivated enough because it's so close. But yeah. Like I was saying earlier, but I don't think you read what I said. I think if they add water trophy fishing, the currency should be sponge. Oh, like how magma fish is for regular trophy fish. Yeah, they could do that. They could have sponge as the currency. I don't know about sponge as the currency though. I mean, with lava fishing, they got magma into silver, into gold, into diamond. I feel like sponge would need, if they were to use sponge, they'd need some similar system then. Or maybe they make maybe they actually make a fish called trophy fish. Or I don't think that would work. It'd probably make a little bit too much confusion calling it just trophy fish, but they'd have like some water trophy fish and then have almost the exact same system with the magma fish. Because I think sponge they would want to use it for what they currently use it for. I think they would just make their own system for it. Or their own custom water trophy fish. Instead of the magma fish, we get the cold water fish, maybe. The ice cold fish. Sponge collection is garbage to collect, it needs fixing. Yeah. I think that's another like minion one. You can just you can get a shit ton of it from minions, and then actually fishing for it is probably a bit of a pain. Because you get fishing stuff from killing sea creatures, and I wouldn't be able to show you the sea creatures because I don't have the fishing level for it. But I'm pretty sure the drops from these things are where you're supposed to get fishing collection from. So if you don't have a mob that gives you enough sponge, then it's a little bit of an issue. Any Jasper Wanters in chat? All Iron Man buy sponge armor from the builder. Let that sink in. Oh no. Oh no, it sank in. It's over. It's over for sponge. Even Iron Man players won't manually fish for sponge armor. Shit. Well, I think sponge is probably gonna stay that way. Unless they do add some, like, sponge-centered content. Imagine new fishing island with a big sponge that you mine on the bottom of the seafloor. Oh no, that would be perfect. Imagine, no, imagine mining in your fishing content. That'd be brilliant. It can balance out the glaciate fishing area in the dwarven mines or in the glaciate tunnels. We've got fishing in our mining content. We can put mining in your fishing content. That'd be brilliant. That'd be amazing. Doesn't really make sense too much for like mining sponge. You don't really mine sponge. SpongeBob SquarePants. Imagine like mining sponge. Coral mining? I'm out coral mining. Oil. Okay, maybe I went a little bit too far there. We can't be getting oil under the sea. Surely not. Adding coral mining would be rather unethical. Yeah, I was thinking like the Mojang thing, where they're like, oh, we don't want to encourage players to go out and and prospect for oil, and in real life, we don't want to encourage players in real life to go mining coral in the Great Barrier Reef. So we're not going to add it to our game. We we don't want players to ride dolphins in real life, and therefore we won't add it to our game. Hello TMC Blast YouTuber. Hear me out. I'm gonna hear Artistic Goblin out. Pearl Gemstone? That's actually sick. That's a sick idea. Imagine like a massive clam with like a nine, not 9x9, like a 3x3 block quartz block that's supposed to be a pearl. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. And then maybe it regenerates really fast where you can actually mine it continuously. Or maybe it's actually just a pain in the ass to mine and we're just like, you know, suffering. But that would be kind of cool. Maybe we'll get to mine real prismarine in the future. See, imagine they have like an underwater area in Skyblock, and it's just, as you say, we get to mine the prismarine of an ocean monument. Like instead of a normal ocean monument, it's like an upgraded version, like how we don't have a we don't have a nether fortress in the nether, we have, you know, an admin-made nether fortress, a nether castle, if you will. So instead of like a, you know, a fucking prismarine monument, I forget what it's called. I've said it before in stream like 5 seconds ago. Now my brain's fried. What the fuck? Ocean monument. My God, my brain really just died there. Yeah, instead of like a normal vanilla ocean monument, we have an ocean monument like this is a nether fortress. So we just have an admin-made ocean monument, and we get to mine stuff. That'd be brilliant. That'd be great. If there was mining in the fishing content, I'd have a good laugh and be best pleased. And I'd have more stuff to mine, not like I already have things I could mine already. But I'd have more things to mine, which is always good. Check my talismans. I don't want to check people's profiles. It's a little bit much. But hello, Cooper. Number stream 22? Yes. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I actually had like a good title I wanted to title the stream, so I probably should have done that, but I think now I've forgotten what it was. I forgot what I was going to talk about. Sorry, not talk about, title the stream. I forgot what I was going to title the stream. I had like a good title as well. But unfortunately I've since forgotten. But most likely, very soon, I'm going to stop doing the whole number stream thing and return to like cool titles. I'm gonna have cool titles for the stream again. It's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have streams that are titled Great Things. I don't know, stuff like that. Maybe there is an Elder Guardian NPC. You could have just regular Guardians as mobs that you have to kill. And then Elder Guardians would be a little bit more of like a boss type thing. Imagine they could just increase the size of an Elder Guardian and you had like you know how in Super Mario Galaxy you have or maybe even in Mario 64 you have like the bomb and then you have the King Bomb, which is just a bigger bomb. And then SMG, so Super Mario Galaxy 2, you have the paving slabs that, you know, try and flatten you. And then you have the King paving slab. So you have the regular Elder Guardians, and then you just have like one fucking massive one that's like 5 blocks big, or maybe bigger. A bit like a Ghast in terms of size. And then that can be like the King one that you have to like defeat in a boss battle. The number streams give a sense of progress. Well, you know what I could do? I could combine both of the cool stuff about them. I could have the number stream there, and then a nice little title to go along with it. Some like random text. Random bits of me saying, Macash mining stream 23, the end of fishing as we know it. Because fishing will be reborn into mining, maybe. You know how people wanted to make mining more combat oriented in the sense of you mine something and then a mob appears and then you kill that mob and you get mining materials, which I hate as a concept because it just basically turns the whole game into, if you have that concept for every part of the game, then you'll have foraging being, you know, you mine a foraging block and then you kill some mob to drop foraging things. Mining will be you have a mining, or you do mining, and then you get a mining mob and you kill that for mining things. Is that the way that we're gonna do like every fucking thing in the game? Everything is just gonna be killing like some related mob to that type of thing. I hope that doesn't happen. Like, I think that would be really shit. Ice Age 2, The Great Meltdown. Washed up miner complains about fishing. I mean, I do complain a little bit about fishing. I do complain a little bit, but I do give some cool things to fishing. Like the Avatar rod. I would absolutely get the Avatar rod. I will. I would even fish with that Avatar rod. I would do that. That'd be like my little bit of fishing content is fishing with the Avatar rod. The problem is I probably need to like the Avatar rod would absolutely be like an end game to mid game type fishing rod. And I'd actually need to regular fish until I could have the requirement to actually use the Avatar rod. So I'd probably be a bit stuck there. But I'd still like the Avatar rod. That'd be a cool addition. Like if you search for treasure while trying to avoid sea creatures, like abandoned shipwrecks similar to mine shafts, could be cool. What I want is straight up Assassin's Creed 4 diving. See, I don't know what that is. And that's the problem. I do not know that reference. I did not play Assassin's Creed 4. So I can't really get the game design from that. Abandoned shipwrecks similar to mine shafts would be quite good though. I think the mine shaft system in general is kind of nice. If they had that for fishing, then a similar system to that to fishing would be kind of interesting. I'm assuming we'll get a good amount of new content types in general from foraging. Like foraging is hopefully going to have their own unique systems for doing certain foraging stuff, which is just a nice thing to have in general. Be new types of features to like play around with. That's the nice thing about like the different skills is you can have different ways of doing things. You fish up a shipwreck or something. If you could fish up a whole ship, that would be kind of crazy. Fishing up an entire ship. You need like a crane upgrade. Your fishing rod is no longer a fishing rod, it's more of a crane. Your fishing rod is now Big Carl, the uh the water-based crane. You go down in a submarine. I don't know how they would add a submarine into the game. I think vehicles are probably a bit difficult. See, imagine they added like a tunnel bore. A tunnel bore as a mining type thing. You can just mine through parts of the lobby. Perfect for the crystal hollows. Okay, I need to find this tungsten guy. Where is he? There he is. I should have stayed and pick up just a bit of glaciite there, but it is what it is. I left. Check your DMs in Discord. Oh god. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Kraken Easter egg. Interesting. I'm not really gonna look. I'm not gonna watch it on stream, but I'll look at it. Because we got a guy going down on like a crane. And then it's like some bell type thing. And then, yeah, there's a shipwreck. It's got some like eels in it. Starfish on the side of this shipwreck? No way. It's like a whale down there as well. Oh, there's a kraken taking down the whale. Classic. Classic. That is, that's pretty good though. That would be cool if you had like a shipwreck at the bottom of some water thing. Is that my vanilla Minecraft's got some shipwrecks in the later versions. They're not always in the water either. They're sometimes on land. See how something like that could be fun? Yeah, if you had that in like, because what I imagine as like a good fishing update or a fishing island, I guess, would be a big fucking ocean. Because it'd be interesting if you had um a bit like the center here is the ocean, and then surrounding it would be a bunch of sand, because it kind of makes sense. So you have your ocean here, and there'd be, a shit ton of content in the ocean that sort of makes sense. And then you could have some content maybe on the land bit in the sand area. But yeah, the content would be in the ocean. You could have shipwrecks, you could have an ocean monument type thing. There's a lot of things you could do in an underwater type thing. And they also I remember in the Railers video he was talking about one post where the admins were referencing I can't remember whether it was a pressure system or an um like an oxygen type thing. But regardless, that would work well for that type of thing where you can only spend a certain amount of time under the water. And then maybe you have some types of armor that help you with that, right? Help you with mobility or help you with oxygen, all those types of things. All stuff people I expect were expecting with the Rift. Sorry, not Rift, Abyss. The Abyss update that I don't think the admins ever confirmed existed. I think they said once, like, oh, some Abyss Island. But I don't think they ever, like, said a lot about it. But instead of killing sea creatures, you are trying not to be killed. True. Instead of killing the sea creatures, you try and not get krakened. Because they had the Kudra. They quite literally already have a somewhat kraken, but it's like a lava kraken, a hot kraken, if you will. Then we could have like the underwater kraken. Maybe it could be like a brother of the Kudra, or like a separate but similar species. The Kudra's long lost counterpart, the uh the Woodra, because it's the water Kudra. The Woodra. Imagine sharks swimming around the shipwrecks. That'd be cool. It's a bit like the Guardians thing, around like an ocean monument. And if you get caught, you get teleported out. It's like the in the rifts, like the temporal pillars. That's actually one of the. I don't know how they did that, where they got it to where like the temporal pillars, if you get too close to them, you get hit with a Minecraft loading screen. How the fuck they did that? I like that. That was cool. That was such a sick system that they added. Well, not system, but like It's cool that they did that. Lots of content the admins could add. We'll see what happens when 1.20 rolls around, I guess. Maybe I should put this as like a forum post. I think I got some neat ideas. Absolutely, man. It could be like the I remember there was one mining foraging forum. There was one mining forum post that was like incredibly high effort and a shit ton of content. And like the admins were like, "Holy, this is sick, but we can't read. This is too much content. We can't do it. It's too much winning." I don't know why, but I also dislike hold on, okay, this is a separate thing. But like the too much winning meme from Trump, that was funny. I like that. But on a separate note, I'm annoyed at Trump because of how rude he was to Zelensky. Uh, Yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Um, anyway, I could get into that. I'm gonna do politics. That's right. I'm gonna do politic on stream. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do politics on stream. You got debated into politics stream. That's right. You got debated. Debated. Anyway, that's right. You thought you were getting a discussion about like the abyss, ocean updates, the fishing update that's coming out, but you got debated. Anyways, Silver Spoon car salesman is a very unlikable person who could have guessed. I mean, yeah, I get it. A lot of people that already don't like Trump are just gonna be like, well, no shit, Sherlock. But yeah, it was a very public display of just wow. That was not great. Yapping has gone too far. I don't think it's gone far enough. I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna go further. But yeah, this is generally where yapping can come to. You get into like political discussion. But like as a summary from if you I mean I don't do I need to say like oh what happened with Zelensky and JD? Do I need to say? I don't know. But wasn't a great sight to see. Realistically, Trump and Vance, in my opinion, should apologize to Zelensky and try and, if they want to get that deal done, they should apologize to him and then try and get it done. That's just this just seems to be the better outcome. But it shouldn't, because I know that like some people that are like too far on Trump's side will be like, oh yes, this is a good thing for Trump, or it looks good for Trump. Which is complete delusion, really. Like, it is delusional to think that. But I know that some people will look at it like that, which is a bit of a shame. But either way, his ego is too big for that Lamau. Actually, one of the things I was thinking about, and obviously this is not like a Zelensky issue, but I think if Zelensky could see like in the future and see how it turned. No, why do I hear politics? I'm sorry, Tempest. You got debated. You got debated into politics. You got debated. Anyways, I think if Zelensky could see the future and see how that conversation panned out, I think he would have like not said a certain thing when because like in the whole like conversation, apparently I didn't see like the entire Zelensky. I didn't see like the entire beginning to end of the whole thing. But I did see like pretty much most of the confrontation bit, the fight, if you will. And I think in that fight bit, there was a part where like he basically asks Vance a question, and from there it's downhill. I think if he could see the future, he would have gone back and not said something there, and probably it might have worked out better. But you know, obviously you can't change the past or anything, so it's just I think that's just like an interesting point. Like if we could see the future, if we could, because it's like one of the weird things about it is like there's no reason for Trump and Vance to fucking baby rage on Putin like that. Putin, Zelensky, I'm going insane. I'm crashing out. That's right. It's over. But there was no reason for like Trump and Vance to baby rage on him like that. Ain't no way. No reason. But that's pretty much the long and short of it, I think. You know, there's much more that you can talk about with things like that, but I think I'll end it there. Not necessarily the stream, but I could end the stream there as well. Although I did want to do the mod pack. Or at least I wanted to show like maybe I could show like the nuclear reactor part of the mod pack that I recently made. I could show that. Not gonna lie, as a US citizen, we are actually cooked. I, I don't know, man. It is sort of. I mean, what can you do, really? What can you do? You just sort of have to like try your best to advance what you want to see in your country. That's kind of what you have to do. And how you go about doing that, that's it's a thing you have to work out in of itself. Who'd have known that the hardest part of making potassium is not actually breaking the ampule? Didn't you say most of your potassium got fucked? Just exploded and shit. With the state of social media and modern education, things aren't going to get better for a long time. Yeah. I think, I mean, part of it is sort of just trying to put forward, you know, if there's a thing that you're wanting to become more popular, widespread, and you know, accepted, you just have to make the best argument for it as you can. Or at least that's what I'm thinking, at least. Um, Especially if you can explain it in a very easy way, you know? Because I think an interesting thing is like nuclear energy in general. I think people are coming around on it as an energy source that is not to be feared and to actually, you know, to invest in it. Because I hope that comes about, you know? I think if we had a bunch more nuclear. That's right, I'm going nuclear, chat. I'm going full on pro-nuclear on this shit. But I think if we had a lot more nuclear, it would be a good thing. You know? That'd be good. Things aren't going to get better for that one. Like I unfortunately think things are going to have to get a lot worse before we see any major pushback. Let me put it this way, you had January 6th with multiple people, but only one Luigi. I like how people compare him with like Luigi from Nintendo. That's a good one. But I don't know, man. The Luigi thing is interesting because one thing it did remind me of, and actually it was kind of funny because I think I mentioned this at the time when it happened, is I was watching Arrow, a show that was released a long time ago, and in Arrow, like the first season is the vigilante superhero, fucking what the fuck? Anyway, superhero. Um, he goes around killing like a bunch of CEOs that did bad things. And I think it was odd that I was watching that show at the time when that story broke out. It felt a bit weird. It felt a bit like that's an odd thing. That's what an odd thing to happen. What an odd thing to happen at the time that I'm watching the show. Interesting. Um, but yeah, most people aren't upset at the shit they should be. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of things in politics is also people not seeing things from others' sides. A lot of things is because like either side of an argument will say like, oh no, they are they are only the caricature that I portray them as, and then those caricatures do sometimes exist, which makes it a lot harder to just say like, oh no, that's not real. That's not a thing that happens. But then like obviously it's not the thing that happens most of the time. But either way, like both sides have like caricatures of each other, and then they'll use that to try and disparage the other side. In general, uh, if you want to like sometimes like when you want to make an argument uh to bring someone more towards your side, you have to see from their perspective what values they're trying to get, what the values they have, and what they're trying to like do with what they're trying to achieve with what they're doing. And then you try to sort of like say, you're trying to explain to people how uh, they can do it in a better way, or at least, you try and find like a common solution to a problem they want to address. But either way, uh, shit's complicated, man. Shit's difficult to do sometimes. It is what it is. Most people aren't, yeah, that one. You'll have the people who are obsessed about a trans person on a beer can, but not the fact that they have to work two jobs to afford a shitty apartment. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of things that need to. There's a lot in that in itself, to be honest, about like why that is and how do you go about trying to sort of make things a lot better so that people aren't what's the word? For no reason hating on trans people and not just like make them think that you're some part of like some trans mob, I guess. I don't know. It's just like it's trying to like make an irrefutable argument for a good thing, which is hard to do. And one thing I think sides need to do is there'll be an end to a series of arguments, generally. You'll see a series of arguments for, this thing needs to be done. Okay, no, that's way too broad. I can't do that. I don't know. But sometimes things are left, like when someone's making an argument, they leave it on the obvious thing of like, oh, this side doesn't like, um, I need a more specific example, but they'll leave it on a thing of like X is bad because of Y, and they won't tell you why that is, right? Um, Whereas the other side needs to then say that, and if that's not like clear in their messaging, then the other side has like an obvious win, if you get what I mean. Let's say if you had like one anti-nuclear side, and the anti-nuclear side says like, our nuclear power is bad or whatever for safety reasons. But then the other side is not actually saying why it's safe at all. The other side, in theory, should say like, oh, it's safe because of all these reasons. But then let's say the anti side then says like, oh, it's actually not safe. They claim it's safe, but it's not safe because of X reason. The pro-nuclear side then needs to say like, oh, X reason is actually wrong. The problem is where people get their information from will eventually come up with a side that leaves one side out. Like one side hasn't replied yet, if you get what I mean. Like one side can make a claim, and then the other side hasn't made the rebuttal to that claim, or at least their position on that claim. And once you get to that position, they could make whatever claim they've made is not being, countered by other side, and therefore side has made that claim. People are going to sort of like, in more cases, not believe that side. If you get what I mean? You get what I mean? Like you get what I'm cooking there. It's difficult because like if you don't know they've made that claim, then you're still thinking it's this. Whereas, people who have seen that, it's a two versus one type thing. And in terms of like numbers, I mean like this is a point that's been made. Uh, but I don't know. That's just like it's like a thing that I think sometimes. Pretty much with a lot of arguments of why of let's say nuclear versus pro-nuclear, trans versus anti-trans, that type of thing. Like a lot of this cultural war stuff is just a distraction. Yes, yeah, I don't know. It is like it do be difficult sometimes to like you have to put a lot of effort into try to convince people of one side or the other. Either way, that was a long rant. Anyone in chat have opinions? I don't necessarily mean to just yap for ages and ages. Like, who cares if your kid ends up gay when you can't even afford to have one in the first place? That is true. People should not care if someone is, what someone's, like, sexual preferences are, or, well, actually, oh, hold on, that's a bit too broad. Because, you get into, like, the nitty-gritty parts, and then people are like, hold on a minute, any sexual preference, and then people end up with the obvious extremes that are illegal, and, you know. It's shit's fucking shit's fucked, man. Shit's hard when you try and make an argument for something. Ah well. Economically speaking, UK's not doing great though. I can speak for the UK at least, because I know a little bit more about it. America-wise, as far as I know, like America's even still growing, GDP-wise, even though people like care too much about GDP. People like are a little bit too much on GDP when, yeah, it shows how large an economy is, but that's not really everything. Just the size of an economy isn't like the best way of determining that it's a good economy. I don't know about more Luigi's. I'd rather less murder. Controversial opinion, murder bad, but I don't know. I don't know. The US population is incredibly docile. It is interesting because like there's an argument for like in the US like oh we need guns because then we'll revolt against the government. But if then a part of the country wants to revolt, then it all goes back to like the political side of no, hold on, let's be peaceful now, which is it's a funny thing. But it is good, that being said, it is good to have a peaceful resolution to things, as opposed to just going to we're gonna do fucking a revolution now. That's right, we revolutioning. Wonder how much it would take for the folks to resort to extreme. Uh, it is interesting. Like you could do a lot of research into how civil wars start, because a lot of people will be like, because I've seen an argument where it's like, ah, oh, the US has like 5 out of 6 of these categories to start a civil war, and it's like, but will it though? But will it? Mm. Sometimes I feel like people will constantly bootlick, and we won't get there. Yeah. Some people stick to a side for not good reasons. Like out of the, for example, out of the Zelensky Trump thing, people, some people, you know, glazing Trump a little too hard will certainly, even in an unequivocal L, like what Trump and Vance did with Zelensky, that is just not a good thing for Trump or Zelensky. Um, there's going to be people like, oh no, but like Trump did well there. Like, nah, Glazers, Trump riders, you know. Like you still get people saying violence is never the answer, even if their boss was. Okay, I mean that you call the police. I don't know about violence. I mean the police can do the violence. Actually, maybe police shouldn't do that. I don't know. This is a problem with politics, man. This shit gets controversial real quick. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Oh dear. A lot of things wouldn't be happening. Or oh wait. Ah, oh, god damn it, syntax. God damn it, syntax. You get my point though. I get your point in the sense of I think from your angle I see you're saying that like sort of people don't have there's not like a boiling point for people. It's sort of like your position. There's not a point where people are saying like, oh, no, I've had enough. I need to like actually do something about it, type of thing. Like, you know, this thing that sort of is objectively bad, we need to actually solve. Um, but then people don't reach that point where it's like, hold on, let's fucking do something about this. Is that right? Like, people aren't getting to that point. Is that like your point? I mean, that's the police are corrupt, you know. It's just difficult, man. Because I don't want to say too many things for the US. Because I haven't done a lot of research onto US politics or US problems, US things. I don't care, to be fair. Not my country. A lot of things that US people will say as well. A lot of US people will be like, ah, I don't care, not my country. Um, so sometimes I like to give the Americans a bit of their own, you know, a bit of their own, a taste of their own, if you get what I mean. Um, but I've seen some Americans that are like, oh no, we should take Greenland. We should take Canada. I don't know, man. Shit's weird. Shit is weird. There's gonna be some people like that, but then there's also gonna be like maybe even an equal number, if not greater amount of people that are gonna be like, no, that's fucking dumb. That's stupid. Don't do that. For God's sake, Trump, don't do that. You know? People are fine with the beauty. Yeah. I don't know if people are fine with that. I don't think people are fine with that. There's definitely degrees of separation though. Because like depending on like how close something is to you is how much you're gonna want to do something about that. And how much you're gonna want to do something about something is also dependent on your resources to do that thing. Like punching another person is never okay, but kicking out a poor single mum of five is because you want some more rent money. Yeah, like some folks fuck over so many people and then are surprised when folks start violencing towards them. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Politics moment. It's a big politics moment. I might need to end stream soon though. Not now, not necessarily now, but there is some stuff that I am sort of like postponing that I need to do. Um, so I should do some of the things that I want to do on stream before ends, of course, or before I need to end. Let me just check if that thing... Okay, that thing's still going on. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, thank God. I thought like something was added to my Discord that I didn't expect. OMG, hi Macash, I didn't know you still existed. I do indeed still exist. I haven't stopped existing since you haven't seen my stream. Don't worry, I still exist. I do indeed still exist. Uh, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was gonna do like the mod pack thing. Hello, mining man. Greetings from the elite farmers. Hello, Rye RNG. I think that's right. But yeah, welcome from the elite farmers. Elite farmers, this guy. Used to talk to you like a year ago. Oh yeah. Alright, was I going to do anything in skyblock, or am I going to the mod pack? Hmm. Shit. Shit. You know what? Hold on, let me do some more mining, because I might remember. I might remember what I was going to do. It was probably the mod pack, but fuck it. More mining can't hurt. Ore pump they installed in the middle of a school playground, which they called a Tower of Peace, and it mysteriously caught on fire. That sounds insane. That sounds ridiculous. Why the fuck would they put an oil pump in the middle of a school? How in the fuck? Just how? Just how does that come about? Like, no one is saying, oh, attack your local business owner, but hey, maybe people shouldn't own billions. I I feel like there really shouldn't be a cap on how much money you should have, but also I feel like we could do a better system of ensuring that people don't get too much money. Because effectively money and power somewhat the same thing in the sense of you can use money to get power. You can use money to get everything basically. But yeah, I don't think a cap is necessarily necessary. I think there are other ways. I mean, taxation is one way of wealth distribution. The problem is like a lot of the times with the implementation of raising a large amount of tax on very wealthy individuals is they just sort of leave the country that's trying to do that. But yeah, people could pay taxes, you know, and not have whack ass tax brackets. Yeah, it is. It do be interesting trying to trying to trying to do certain things, trying to maximize like prosperity for everyone, while shit's hard, man. Okie dokie. Look up United States 1940s tax brackets and look up the modern ones. Just saying. I forget. I know. I'm pretty sure the 1940s ones were like fucking like 90% or whatever it was. 1040. Oh, fuck's sake. 1940s US taxes. How about that? Permanently increased corporate tax rates from 19% to 33%. Temporarily increased the most exercised tax rates from 230 to 50%. US tax rate during World War II. Top surtax rate rose from 82% from 77%. Hmm. All y'all's presents are like senile though. It's probably still 20th century for them. I like people were complaining how like Elon or people were saying like, oh, Elon's got 20-year-olds sniffing around the government. Um, at least one thing, at least he got young people in. At least he got young people in a relatively important job. That's all I'm saying. At least they got young people in that position. May not have a young person as the president. We got young people somewhere at least. See, if only, hold on. So if only I could get into a position. Imagine, chat. Imagine me in the UK doing an audit of the government's finances. Imagine that. I'd like that. That'd be sick. That would be sick. Macash next Prime Minister. Imagine. Imagine, chat. Me. Uh, alright, hold on, chat. My positions. We're gonna reverse some labor things, okay? We'll get rid of labor's farmers' inheritance tax thing. We'll get rid of their VAT on schools thing. We'll keep their wind onshore legalization, whatever, right? We're gonna cancel their carbon capture and storage gas project or whatever the fuck that was, because that's dumb as hell. That's dumb as hell. Why the fuck would you do that? Put that towards more nuclear, maybe. What else? I mean, yeah, that's just like reversing labor things. Some like good things that you could do with the UK. What are some good things? I mean, one thing I don't like is what is it? Essentially like the pension system of like current pensions are funded with today's taxes. I I don't think that's a good system because essentially like you'll pay to the government a percentage in taxes, a certain amount of money goes to the government to pay for uh, current government pensions, and it's just not necessarily a great system. Mainly just because of like the amount of money that people have to pay to support the amount of pensions increasing because the aging population of the UK, alongside the fact that I just don't think it's a good use. I think people should have like their own. Realistically, what you would ideally want is people to make enough money through their life to be able to support themselves in retirement. But then, like, some people aren't gonna be able to do that, and because of that, people are like, okay, well, we need to use the state to try and like support people in their later years when they can't work, which is fair. So it's difficult, man. Because the ideal situation is people have got enough money throughout their working life to live off themselves, and then not have to essentially use the government system for it. It's just difficult, man. Anyway, that's not the point. It's not the point of the stream at the moment. The point of the stream is it is to show off the mod pack. Once I've done this Peridot commission, actually I say that I'm gonna just load up the mod pack right now. And hopefully I don't run out of RAM while I'm streaming. Because the sheer amount of RAM that the fucking mod pack uses, chat, is just insane. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, ultimately the point about the pension system is like, is not financially good probably for the government, and therefore, because it's not good for the government financially wise, they have to get that money from the current tax base, which if people in general could support themselves through their own pension instead of the government giving the money through a government-run pension, in in theory that would be better. In theory, but then, you know, there's a situation where people haven't done their own pensions, so it's like, it's kind of fucked. Also, I'm not sure what MBK wants, but I'm going to my mineshaft. Sometimes I dream of a roguelike solo dungeons. It would be so good. Ooh, bit of lag there. Have I run out of RAM already? Okay, the game is not responding. That is wonderful. A roguelite solo dungeons. I mean, I'm sure there's games out there that do that. Do you mean roguelike solo dungeons for hypixel skyblock, or do you just mean like a game in general that does that? So I feel like, I mean, there's shit tons of games out there, obviously, but I feel like there's most likely a game like that out there. There's a game like everything out there. There's games of so many different shades of whatever. You do mean for skyblock? Okay. A roguelite for skyblock would be interesting, though. Because with that, it would most likely be you don't have anything going in. Like, you don't have any of your outside items coming in. Maybe that's, what's the Rift guy? Sun Gecko? Well, it's not really a dungeon. But you don't use your items in that. Maybe if Sun Gecko had some type of dungeon to go along with him. And maybe he's like the end boss. A separate dungeon. I mean, we don't know what will come with the next dungeons that Hypixel will come out with. But the problem is those dungeons that Hypixel will come out with are going to be years down the line, so it could be absolutely anything years down the line. Have I loaded it? I have loaded it, chat. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm slightly annoyed, to be honest, at my, I'm not annoyed, but I'm not, like, particularly happy with my, argument for, like, pension thing. I could have done that way better, but I'm not just gonna, like, loop and loop over and over again. But I have a, like, better idea for, a better criticism for, like, the government pension system or whatever, but it is what it is. I don't want to just, like, as I said, I don't want to, like, loop and loop over again for it. Why is the mod pack not showing on stream though? Ah, here we go. Now don't mind the explosions, chat, that's normal. The explosions are fine. They, it's normal, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But anyway, here's the nuclear reactor. Wow, very, very cool. Very nice. It's making no energy because I haven't turned it on. Here's my oil and gas. So, here's the unrefined oil. Oh, okay, a bit of lag, but that's fine. I say it's fine, but in reality it's not. Anyway, here's the oil, the unrefined oil, and then here's the gas. And then alongside, well, along this chain of refinery, we have the oil going into each of these distilleries, which turns into gaseous fuel. You know, this is all buildcraft, really. But it turns into gaseous fuel. Fucking can't speak. Um, and heavy oil, cool heavy oil that will get heated up by either lava or searing mixed heavy fuels, because we need to turn this into searing heavy oil. And then when that searing heavy oil gets distilled, it gets distilled into residue, which I just throw in the bin. Um, and then the distilled heavy oil, or when you distill the heavy oil, it turns into this, you know, the mixed heavy fuels, which is used to heat up the oil that actually comes in here. Anyways, the output of that is the see, it goes from cool to hot to searing. So we turn it back into hot, which you need to distill it into um, dense fuel and light fuel. Now, why I want dense fuel is because it is incredibly efficient. If I could show you the usage, I would. But dense fuel is the energy dense fuel from all of this shit. It makes the most amount of RF, which is energy in this game, per volume. You know, it's the most energy dense, like 3.6 million RF per bucket. Um, this capacitor that I have stores 2.5 billion RF, and unfortunately, it's a bit annoying to make those capacitors because the vibrant capacitors are made from. You can either upgrade your previous capacitors, or you can make them from octadic capacitors, electrical steel, and vibrant crystals. So that would be an emerald, which emeralds to make capacitors, it's a bit. I don't like it. I'd rather not. Anyways, you also use vibrant alloy, which is an ender pearl, and energetic alloy, which is redstone, glowstone, and gold. So realistically, these things are made out of a lot more glowstone than you think, because each of these octadic capacitors is also another glowstone block, and a bunch more vibrant alloy, redstone, glowstone, and gold. Like the ender pearls, I don't care about. I can make a shit ton of ender pearls. The annoying thing with these capacitors is the glowstone, because I can't really quarry it in the nether. It's a pain in the ass. But not only that, I need to make double layered capacitors, which are also an energetic alloy. Basic capacitors, it's just gold and copper, like really easy. And coal, which is also really easy. But basically everything beyond that is just a pain in the ass. A bunch of glowstone, and yeah, pain. The explosions are fine is my whole attitude towards chemistry. That is brilliant. But yeah, I can't remember what I showed last time. And because it's my mod pack, I can make my own exploits. Fuck you. So essentially what we have here is, because I think, you know, setting fire on bedrock to make grains of infinity is stupid. Realistically, I should just go into fucking creative mode and give myself infinite infinity dust. But I could also just make the system where I use a sag mill to break down this double compressed infinity into more infinite. Basically, I'm duping infinity dust. That's the whole point of this system. You break it down into more infinity dust to craft more blocks, to then it just outputs infinity. And that's used for the base level capacitors. I also do the same thing with these blizz rods. You can multiply the amount of blizz rods that you that you have, compact them into more blizz rods. So you can just get infinite blizz rods. And I use these to make cryotheum. Gelid cryotheum, in fact, which is nice because you can use it to cool different mechanical things. And this pulverizer will make a bunch of like pulverized stuff. It's very useful for a whole bunch of different stuff. And then this induction smelter is good for like tripling to quadrupling ores, which is really nice for the yellorium, which is used to, you know, as nuclear fuel for the reactor. And or just gold and whatever else may be for my lovely resources here. I haven't used that for copper, and I still have 17,000 copper. In fact, I've got no iron. You want to know where all of my iron went? It's over there. Each one of those blocks is a shit ton of iron. It's hard, man. It's hard to... Well, it's not hard. It's just resource intensive to make this. It took so much fucking iron to make that, chat. It took like 10,000 iron ingots to make that. Was it a good idea, though? Well. Basically, I don't have to worry about energy ever again. The problem is I wasn't really that energy starved. Like, sure, these things use energy, but I wasn't really energy starved too much. But fundamentally, for a goal for what to do in this mod pack, I mean, I could go to a bunch of different planets and things, but why would you go to those planets? Like, I'd like to go to some certain planets for resources, but then what do you want those resources for? You know, there needs to be a little bit more of an overall goal for this mod pack. Some other cool things that you can do in it, but I don't know. It's cool regardless. I thought it was cool. I think what I might do is improve the refinery a little bit more as well. I might make it so this just has more capacity. Like, just add a shit ton more distillers, more heat exchangers. Just because one of the problems this has is that it's not entirely continuous. You can see that it stops every now and then, and that's because there's not enough heavy oil coming out to cool the mixed heavy fuel to then carry on into the other system. So even though it's technically a good idea to use your heated up fuel to heat up your fuel so you can distill it, it is also just nice to run it continuously with lava, because that's not permanent. It depends on how much heavy oil is coming out of here. I don't know, this is like a real fun part, which is it's not even really necessary, because like, why go through all of this effort of making different like oils and things when you can just make a nuclear reactor and get, you know, thousands of RF per tick. It's not even particularly hard to make this reactor. Well, you don't even need to make a reactor of that size, is sort of like the point. You can make a much smaller reactor and still get thousands and thousands of RF per tick out of not that much yellorium. And whatever. Anyway. Basically, I need a thing to do in this mod pack. I need a thing to do. I need to add more mods that add in things to do. One thing that I do quite like sometimes in this mod pack is... Oh, I completely forgot. I made this angel ring so I can fly now. It's one of the brilliant things from extra utilities is you can make angel rings to just like fly. Creative flight. It's brilliant. One of the things I do like doing in this mod is just pumping oil. It's kind of satisfying just getting a shit ton of resources really quick. Or like you can just get a shit ton of energy from just pumping oil from shit. But then like why do this to get energy when you have a fucking massive nuclear reactor? It's like, you know. In terms of this mod pack, I want there to be some progression from going. I didn't even do coal. I think I just went straight to oil. I mean, I also want you to be able to use lava, right? Like either you could use coal, maybe like a real life sort of uh, energy progression system where you go from like coal to oil to nuclear, maybe. Um, I didn't really do coal though, because you can also do lava. You can make a lava dynamo, and uh, there's not a lava pool around here, is there? Anyway, there was like a lava pool somewhere. You can just take the lava from that and then use that to power your shit. The problem with that is it just makes it an incredibly boring system to where you can just go to the nether and pump out a shit ton of lava from the nether, make incredibly broken lava dynamos that make thousands and thousands of RF per tick with basically infinite energy from the nether. So, you know, if this was like a proper mod pack, you'd need to get rid of that system. Um, yeah. Anyways, you also need like a reason to have energy. Because although these machines here are as much of a reason as I can have to have energy at the moment, I don't need that much energy. Like, what I want in the mod pack is to have, or is you to have like a bunch of machines that you need to run to do shit. Like, you know, even fucking like sawmill, you know, that'll take a bunch of energy and you can get more wood out of your wood. That's a cool thing. You know, you use your energy and you get more stuff. Pretty good. But uh yeah, it's just there's not enough machines to use all the energy that you're making, basically. It's pretty much how it is. Like sometimes I do have energy scarce moments, but that's just because I forgot to like put gas in the generator. Um, and then it's like, oh, I didn't refine enough shit, and that's because, oh, these like filled with capacity. Or like this was emptied, which it almost is actually. Um, I don't know, there's just like some small things that make it so the mod pack doesn't really turn out the way that it could, like it could be improved, but that's obvious. 23 and 7 ingots, so we take out 7 ingots from here. And then a nice thing I learned while making this mod pack is like dividing things by 9 is really easy. Because you see that's 23, right? If I take out 4, it becomes divisible by 9. Actually, no, I need to take out 5. Hold on a minute. Is that 19? No, yeah, no, it needs to be 18. But let's say I had a shit ton more in there. Let's say I had 217. If I took out 1, it would then become divisible by 9. Because a really cool thing that I found out when making this mod pack is if you add all these numbers together, so 2, 1, and 6, it makes 9. And that means that the overall number is divisible by 9. Like, say this number made 18, for example. So 99 obviously divisible by 9. But I don't know. I just found that as like a cool mental maths thing that I could do. That I found out from doing this mod pack. That was cool. It's a cool thing. I learned a bit of maths. Not really the overall goal with this mod pack, but that was cool. Macash discovered the divisible by 3 and 9 rule. That is a weird thing that I found out with this mod pack. Is I was like taking 9 yeah, like 9 at a time out of the furnace and realized the divisible by 9 rule from it. It that was a weird thing to find out, but like I don't know, it was cool. It's I thought it was I don't know why I thought it was so cool, but it was just like, oh shit, that's like a really nice way of doing that mathematical operation. It was cool, man. It was cool. I liked it. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. Electrum, lots of Electrum. I needed that for these guys, by the way. Cryo stabilized flux ducts. The flux duct. These things transmit infinite RF, infinite energy, instant energy transmission. It's brilliant. And you know it's good when it looks as powerful as it is. Like this is what you would expect from a cable that could transmit infinite energy. Like it looks fancy. It looks like it should transmit infinite energy, you know? I like it when mods do that, you know? When mods make something look as impressive as it is functionally. It's good. It's nice. If I needed more energy, I'd just need to put more Eulorium in it, but I've also been struggling to try and find Eulorium. And yeah, I could just like go in and mine for the Eulorium. It would take ages to get the amount of Eulorium that I need for it. I just need to like quarry a large area for Eulorium, but I have as well. And it just has yoinked all of my Eulorium. It took pretty much 1,000, maybe 1.4k, maybe 1.3 actually. It took thousands of Eulorium ingots to make this as well. They all went into these rods, and it's not even full of rods. I could have had these rods going to the edge, but that would have taken a lot more Eulorium, which I didn't have. Um, yeah. Anyway, fundamentally, although I could go to a bunch of different planets, that could be another goal. I need like a thing to do in this mod pack. Um, but yeah, fun stuff. Good things. Good things, fun stuff. Let's go back to the game. The game of hypixel skyblock. And I think to end, I'll just do a little bit more mining. Does anyone have any like things they want to ask me before I end stream in like a few minutes? If you are wondering when I'll stream next, that is a good question because I'm wondering it as well. Don't know. Don't know when I'll stream next. Actually, hold on. How close am I to Rua? Because I think this would just be an interesting thing, because I might pass Rua in Taming XP. It depends. It depends, because I think Rua does actually play the game. I'm not. I don't know. Um, but I might pass them in Taming at some point. Oh shit, am I close? 10792, 10814. Holy, am I actually that close? Let me check. I'm gonna check Discord because Discord's gonna be more up to date. Probably. I mean Skyhelp, but you know what I mean. Oh shit, I am actually that close. Hold on, chat. I'm like less than 10 million XP away. 10 million taming XP. In before I got it this stream. Nah. I'll have it by next stream. Probably. But yeah, I don't know. I talked about a lot of shit this stream. I talked about so much stuff. Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I did too much talking. It was good though. It was a good stream, I think. Do you lot in chat think this was a good stream? Did you all enjoy the stream? I like the part where I talked about I like the part where I talked about political stuff. Nah. I mean, I didn't dislike it either. There's a lot of nuance when you go into those discussions sometimes. That's good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Tempest. Uh, Shit, there was something that I needed to do. Collect even. Like the thing that I just collected from Bazaar, something like that. Shit. Alright. Onyx citrine. Did I kill all the things in here? I don't think I killed all the things. I don't think I killed all the things, Jet. I did not kill all the things. Okay, I think I'll end stream here. So thank you all for watching. Remember to like the stream, follow on Twitch if you enjoyed, if you're a Macash stream enjoyer. I'll probably like title the stream something interesting next time. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.